So I don't know if you can hear that, but it's raining outside here.
I can't hear it.
Okay,
Hold on.
it actually
Let me turn up my headphones.
It just started. Like, actually, we hit record, and my opening line was going to be, "It's officially summertime." And it just started pouring, so
Dean.
I feel like I can't say that.
Dean, it's really hard to hear the rain with you talking.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So
I'll just be quiet.
Stop talking. Everyone, if you're listening, turn up your headphones.
Yeah, turn up your headphones. Did you hear that?
Was
There
that
some
thunder? Yeah, I
there
heard
was
that.
some
Okay.
So,
One of us should have screamed really loud. It would have.
I was thinking about it, but I didn't want to scare anyone in this house. Right.
Right.
So
How many people are there?
Well, there's one person and two cats.
Okay.
So.
Any. Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. So
Yeah.
it's summer-ish.
Well, my whole opening is basically ruined now.
Because it was. Are you going to talk about how beautiful it is out?
Yeah, I was gonna say. I was gonna say it's officially summertime in Canada, but it isn't anymore. It's gone now. That's what summertime is like in Canada. It's here 1 minute and it's gone the next.
Yeah. That rain is coming to us in a little bit, and it's actually going to cause us to cancel some flights this weekend. Hot air balloon flights. So.
Yeah, that's too bad.
Yep. So.
Well,
but it's still summer because it rains in summer.
That's the thing. It's Friday today, and we were supposed to record on Monday, and it was very, very nice here on Monday. So I was ready to deliver. It's officially summertime on Monday. So I feel like it's still valid. I was gonna say
you could have fooled all. You didn't have to say it. The only way we would have heard is if we would have turned up the mic and we both stopped talking.
I'm super honest.
Yeah.
Right. I never lie. It's my biggest fault. When I go into a job interview and they're like, "What's your biggest weakness?" I say I'm extremely honest.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, is that a fault though? That kind of sounds like that sounds like a pat on the back.
It's a job interview fault. You don't actually say a real fault. You don't go into the job interview and be like, "I submit everything late."
I'm too good at working with other people.
Yeah. I'm too friendly
with
everyone in the office. They like me too much.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
No. Okay, so if that opening is gone, are you still going to do this opening?
I'm still going to go with it.
Okay.
Because
people close your eyes and envision a beautiful summer day, sun is out.
Exactly.
Blue sky, a couple of clouds up there, but they're the nice white billowy ones where you can see shapes in them.
You're on the deck, you're drinking a beer, just this is the best day. It's Saturday afternoon, and you're just relaxing.
Okay.
Maybe you're listening to your favorite podcast. Could
All
be,
right,
right?
I'm there.
Okay, so summers means three things to me.
Okay.
One of them we just talked about. Beautiful weather.
Okay.
Right? When I think of summer, I just think of shorts, and I think of just enjoying myself.
I think of brutal, hot, just sweaty, awful. Okay, go.
Yeah, it's because you're further south than I am, so it becomes a little tougher down there.
Okay, I'll pretend that I'm in Canada for the rest of this.
Okay, that'll help. That'll really help.
Okay.
Number two is
Justin Trudeau is my leader.
Yeah, that's probably not too hard to understand, right? You probably just got a little smile on your face.
Right, I'm smirking over here.
Yeah. Okay, so number one, beautiful weather. Okay. Number two, it's beach volleyball season. I love beach volleyball.
Okay.
I'm a shorter guy. You've seen me.
I have seen you.
Volleyball players, usually the good ones, are very tall. So beach volleyball actually kind of balances out a bit. I'm a lot better at beach volleyball because beach volleyball is about being crafty.
Gotcha. Because the sand is always shifting. And
yeah, exactly. I'm the little crafty guy that sneaks around in the sand.
Gotcha.
Beach volleyball season.
You don't weigh anything, so I feel like you walk on top of the sand. Even loose sand,
oh yeah,
you just skim over the top.
Exactly. It's really not that much of a factor because I don't even sink in.
Right.
And so that's number two. Number three, when I think of summertime, is actually my favorite guilty pleasure television show. And that is America's Got Talent.
You know what? I wish I could say that I was surprised at this. I wish I could say, what? No way. But no, that is totally a Dean.
Yeah, there's no way you're surprised with this. And
no.
I know that this is not a show that people like. And it's a show, people do like it. Lots of people like it. But
Sure.
I know it's a show I'm not
good
supposed to like. But
Yeah.
every summer, I say I'm not going to watch it, but I start to watch the auditions, and I start to really get into America's Got Talent, and every summer, I fall in love with a certain act. And I actually kind of become obsessed with whatever that act is, and I just watch their performances endless times on YouTube.
This is exactly Dean.
Exactly.
Like, all about this is Dean.
If you listened to any previous podcasts, you would know this is me.
Like, you live for this. You say you're not going to watch it, but you're going to watch it no matter what.
Exactly. And I live for it. Like, I will watch those YouTube videos over and over. And America's Got Talent is great because they post videos of their auditions. So you just get like the little 4-minute clip, and it's just the audition, and it's great. It's perfect for me. I can just go through all those clips.
Okay, I will say though that you took me out of it a little bit. I'm envisioning myself in Canada, and we keep talking about America.
Okay, well,
does Canada have any talent?
Well, we had Canada's Got Talent. We had a show. We ran a show, and it was awful.
Oh,
so I like to America. There's more people.
Canada had some talent.
Canada had some talent, but like anyone who's talented in Canada, like doesn't need to go on that show because
Probably
they're so talented that they're already successful. so Canada's Got Talent did not really work out too well.
But
yeah, so America's Got Talent. The very, very first episode, like I wasn't even gonna watch. I was just flipping through the channels. I was like, "Oh yeah, America's Got Talent's on. Let me just watch."
Oh yeah, yeah. Like you just stumbled upon it.
Exactly. It was halfway through the first episode. I was like, "Yeah, let's watch it." I've already found my obsession for the summer.
All right, what is it?
My obsession for the summer is a clown named Puddles.
Puddles the clown.
Puddles the clown. His act is called Puddles Pity Party. Have you heard it all?
I have not. I don't know anything about this.
Okay.
You live for this. Me, I avoided it at all possible.
I live for this. Okay,
yeah.
So I just sent you a link because you haven't seen it. I just sent you a link, and you're gonna watch it right now, live on the air.
Live.
Well,
live for us,
not live for the viewers, but live for us, live for you and me. We're going to. Okay, so you're gonna watch this clip. So I'm going to set up 3 things about Puddles before you watch the clip.
Okay, so I'm going to open it up here, and then I'm going to pause it.
Okay.
Okay.
Number 1, you can't really tell, but he's almost 7 feet tall.
Wow. Okay.
Number 2.
So he would be a great beach volleyball player.
Yeah, exactly. He would be an unbelievable beach volleyball player. Like, in beach volleyball, you play like 2 on the court at a time. I would really like to have him as my partner. Nice tall guy as a partner for a short guy.
He has to be wearing the whole clown getup.
Well, yeah, I think he would.
Okay.
Okay, so number 2, he never talks either before his act or after his act. Okay?
Okay.
And number 3, which kind of gives it away with his name, Puddles Pity Party, he's very, very sad. He's a very sad clown.
Gotcha.
Watch that video.
All right, here we go, people. I am clicking play right now. I'm going to turn this up. There might be some echo in here. We'll see what happens, though.
Okay.
All right, so it comes out. He's got Puddles Pity Party. He's wearing a crown. Who are these people? Okay, so we have I don't know who she is.
Oh, you don't know the judges? So the judges are Mel B from the Spice Girls.
Okay.
Heidi Klum.
Right, I know Heidi Klum.
Simon Cowell. And Howie Mandel.
Okay.
You know what's hilarious?
Yeah.
None of them are American.
Okay.
Howie Mandel's Canadian.
Okay.
And Mel B and Simon are British. And Heidi Klum is German or something.
It's kind of like the opposite here, because normally it's America judging everyone else in the world.
Exactly. But here, it's the world judging America.
All right, I got to turn this up here.
You do.
Okay, they're clapping for him now. He's up to the mic.
Okay.
I did not expect that voice.
Exactly.
Okay, Simon's look is kind of mine right now, where he's like, what?
Yeah, so...
Is this Puddles. A song that I should know?
It will become one. He's singing a different version of it. He's singing his own, like, really neat version that I'm obsessed with, obviously. You and me, we are on YouTube.
Right.
So, people, if you need to figure out what's going on right now, just in YouTube, search Puddles Pity Party, and just watch this video right now.
Yeah, okay. Is that Tyra Banks? Is she's the host?
Oh, yeah. It used to be Nick Cannon, and now it's Tyra Banks. Yeah, she's the host. It's just this year.
Okay. Gotcha. This clown has got some pipes.
This clown has got some pipes. This guy's amazing.
Yeah, okay. Now, the clown thing, though, is throwing me off here.
That is the brilliant part of it all. Okay,
Is it?
So that's the brilliant part. He doesn't talk before or after his act. He's a super sad clown. And then he just sings these versions of these sad songs. He just sings these ballads that are like about being sad and about having like a terrible time. And he's a sad clown doing it. It's amazing. He's a genius. To me, he's a genius.
Okay, now I'm trying to like listen to this as I talk here too.
Yeah.
Now, do we downgrade him a little bit for not having the white makeup on his arms? Because when his arms stretch out, I see like regular skin.
I think that's okay.
Oh, is it? Okay. All right.
I didn't even really notice that, so I'll have to look the next time I watch for the 50th time. But like, there's just some things are like much better when you watch them than just hearing them.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, so people aren't really going to get too much. They need to go watch that. We are not being paid by America's Got Talent at all. In fact, we don't have any sponsors right now.
No, they dropped us.
But we'll get to that in a little bit here. Yeah, that was. Now, would this be as good if he was not wearing the clown getup?
No, that's the point. Like,
okay.
So this is a guy who was a pretty good singer, couldn't make it, and decided, I'm pretty good at singing ballads, I'm pretty good at singing sad songs. I'll dress up as a clown, put on a sad clown face, and sing.
Okay, now the whole thing is the idea of this one that they get a show afterwards?
They get a show in Vegas.
Okay, now, wouldn't that get old pretty fast? Like, do you want to see an entire show of Puddle's Pity Party?
I do. I already bought the album. He has an album. I already bought it.
Of course you did. Of course you did.
There's a lot of sad songs out there. And like this guy is something you have to see. Like, I bought the album, but it's different when you just listen to it. Like, there's some things that are better when you watch them. Like that's why we post our show on YouTube.
That ruined his whole thing.
Yeah.
Because he already couldn't make it as... I don't know what that is. He already couldn't make it as just a vocalist, clearly.
But
so the CD kind of undoes everything, right?
Well, yeah, but he's like a really good singer, though. It's just that I think it's really tough, I think, to break it into... I'm pretty sure he's older. He looks old. As an older male, I think it's tough to break into the industry.
So here's the thing.
Yeah.
As I'm watching it, I'm thinking, Dean, this is what you got for me? This is what we're doing? But the video ends, and I just clicked on another one.
Exactly.
Like, I kind of want to hear what comes next.
After the song?
Okay, and I'm listening to him do Hallelujah right now.
Very good, yeah.
Yeah. So, Puddle's Pity Party kind of messes with me. I don't know. I feel like I don't want to look at the clown thing, though. I don't have a problem with clowns, but... You
just don't want to see the clown. The clown thing is what makes it genius to me. Like, there's been other people dressed as clowns singing on America's Got Talent. I know it sounds strange, but it's happened before. And they were just kind of silly. Like, it was just really silly that a clown was singing. Yeah. I think Puddles is a genius. I think him being a sad clown and not talking before or after, not talking in interviews, anything, and then singing ballads, singing sad songs, it is great. I think he's a genius. After he finished his performance, he was crying. He was crying real tears.
So as much as I don't want to, like, admit this on the show, after we're done recording, I'm probably going to watch more of these.
You should. He's incredible.
Puddle's Pity Party.
Puddle's Pity Party is summer 2017.
Is that the summer jam?
Yeah, that's exactly. He sung Chandelier by Sia, and that's summer jam. It's probably a few years old now, but it's Puddle's Pity Party's version is Summer Jam 2017.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
All right. Let's welcome people to the show here. Welcome to First Last Podcast. Yeah, I mean, I was in the process of doing that, and you kind of interrupted me there.
Sorry.
Yeah. Can I do it? Or
yeah, I think I might have ruined their welcoming. They don't feel welcome anymore.
No, I wouldn't. I don't feel welcome. Like I'm trying to welcome the people, and you interrupt me, so I don't even feel welcome on the show anymore.
Let's do it again. Run it again.
Welcome to the First Last Podcast with Alex and Dean.
And Dean. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. Oh, you messed that one up too. Like, I was going to get you in there, and then you have to talk over me.
Dramatic pause. I didn't know that was coming.
That was building you up. Like that.
You didn't send me the show notes this week. I didn't know it was coming.
Okay, this is what, episode 15?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 15.
Do we really need show notes anymore? I thought we kind of had a thing going.
It sounds like we do.
Clearly, because someone's not on the same page here.
I need the notes, man. That's how my brain works.
You know, we're just gonna skip past this now. I don't want to spend any more time on welcoming people, because at this point, I don't think anyone feels welcome.
No.
Do you feel welcome right now?
I don't.
You shouldn't.
I don't.
You shouldn't.
Please don't turn us off. Please keep listening.
It's a show where we talk about shows. Oh, we're back to that one now. No, in this podcast, what we do is we watch the first episode and the last episode of a TV series, and we tell you what we think about it. We become experts on the show, and we deliver our knowledge unto you, the listener/viewer.
Yeah, because we're very generous.
I would say
we could just hold this knowledge to ourselves. We could just watch the first, watch the last, be experts, and just brag about it. But we don't. We pass on the knowledge, so you also can know what happened.
We're both educators. We both have degrees in education.
Well,
do you not?
I made it halfway through and quit, but yes.
Okay. Well, you spent time. How long? Okay. Well, you were in a classroom though.
I was. Yes, I did.
Okay. I guess that's not like great, like criteria to make you an educator if you spent time in the classroom.
I spent time in the classroom as the educator.
Okay. So at one point we have educated, for better or worse, people.
Yes.
Okay. We have, in some small but hopefully significant way, affected the lives of the next generation.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it was small. I'd say it was a very large impact is what I made.
No. It was small, but it was significant.
Okay, small but significant. I think it was large and significant.
No. I've talked to you long enough. It wasn't that big.
I change kids' lives, man.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
And then when they come to you after asking for your advice on stuff, you pretty much tell them...
I'm busy. Yeah.
No, I have nothing to do with you. We're done.
I've actually now set up an automatic email that just fires one out right away that just says, sorry, I'm busy. Right. I'm sick for the day.
But we're not doing that here. Here we're actually educating, informing our viewers, listeners.
Exactly.
So tonight we're doing a show... Okay, and here's the thing I was thinking of too. We always build it up. Like, oh, what's the show going to be tonight? Let's not tell them. We'll drag it out as long as possible. It's right there. It's in the title. It's in the title. Yeah.
I was thinking about that last week. We were just like dragging it on, and then the show gets posted up. It's like, oh yeah, everyone knows. It's the first thing they know.
Yeah.
It's probably the reason they clicked on the show.
Exactly.
So like, at this point,
they're thinking, annoying? Just get on with it.
Exactly.
All this preamble is just a waste of our time.
Yeah.
They're gone. They left. They're watching Puddle's Pity Party videos right now, and we're just talking into oblivion. This is nothing.
You know what? That's okay. They should be watching Puddle's Pity Party.
Okay. Are you going to say Puddle's Pity Party is better than what we're doing here?
I'm going to say it's more famous. He's got more viewers than we do.
Well, that's because we're not on America's Got Talent.
Interesting.
What we need to do is get on America's Got Talent and just do what we're doing here.
We need to go onto America's Got Talent with our laptops, with our microphone, and just sit down. And they're like, "What are you going to do today?" And we're like, "We're going to record a podcast."
We don't answer. We're pulling up Puddles, and we're not going to answer any questions
until it's go time. And then we just sit down and we talk about a TV show. Maybe America's Got Talent. We'll see.
No, we can't. They're still on. If we're there, the show hopefully will air.
True.
And if that's the case, we can't talk about it because the show has to be done. That's the criteria. It can't.
I like it.
Be running any longer. So
I think we need to fill out a form.
Can you do that though? Like you can't become our president because you're Canadian.
I can do it though. I can go on America's Got Talent.
Okay. I didn't know you had to be an American to.
A Canadian from Winnipeg. He actually went to the same high school as me. He got very, very far in Britain's Got Talent.
Okay. See,
He's
but
a
I feel
magician.
like Britain is more inclusive, so they would allow that.
Britain doesn't have the walls
Right.
like you guys do.
Right.
Right, yeah. I actually can't even get over the wall.
No, not anymore. You can't.
No, I gotta, yeah, that's true.
So, I'll come to you, and they will resurrect Canada's Got Talent.
Hey, I mean, I feel like we could win Canada's Got Talent.
I mean, I don't spend that much time paying attention to the level of talent found in Canada. You would know that better than I would, so I can't really speak to that. But
I just think we're extremely talented.
Well, I don't think anyone would dispute that.
No.
No. And you know what? What I like, though, is we pursue more than just this podcast. We have other pursuits in life.
Definitely.
And one of yours is stand-up comedy.
Yes, of course.
So last week, you gave me a bit, and I gave you my opinion. I mean, I don't know if I would call it a critique, because I'm not a critic, but I know some things. Okay,
yeah,
so
you're
I give
a
pointers.
writer. So it was more like a rewrite.
Right. I have written at least 10,000 words in my lifetime.
That's significant. That's a high number.
Honestly, I can barely even count that high.
I mean, we're at podcast number 15, and you have written 10,000 words.
10,000
those numbers
words.
are so far from each other.
Do you realize how many podcasts, how many weeks it would take us to hit 10,000? And I've already done that in writing words.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
So that's why I
26 years old, people.
That's why I let you rewrite my jokes.
Yeah. Okay, so what you got something this week?
Well, I do, because I went with the door thing last week. I took it to a club, and
how'd it do?
I didn't actually get any laughs at all.
Well, hold on. Was anyone there?
There were a few. There was 3 people there.
Okay.
And
was the mic plugged in?
They didn't laugh. They didn't laugh. Oh, you know what? I didn't check.
See? That
could have been the, you know, yeah.
They might not have been able to hear you.
So I'll try that too, but just in case, I wrote some new material.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, so that I could try it out again, get your opinion, and hopefully I'm funny.
Okay, let's see. So last time you were at 38%?
So yeah, solid 38.
Okay, 38. And I said if you delivered that, you would get up to a 40%. So
yeah, I got 0 laughs, so I got 0%. But
not knowing if the mic was plugged in, I'm only gonna put you at 39%.
Okay,
so you're at a 39 right now.
Yeah.
All right. What do you got this week?
Okay, so this week, I've last time I named the joke, so I'll name it this week as well.
Okay.
So this is called What's New.
What's new?
What's new? This bit is called What's New.
Okay, hold on. Now.
Yeah.
What's new, or what's new?
Like, what is new?
What is okay? So there's an apostrophe s. I didn't know I didn't know the word snoo, and I've written 10,000 words, so I thought you were giving me something
new?
else.
Yeah. No. What's new? What
new?
is new?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, which one is it now? What's new or what is new?
It's what's new.
Okay, what's new? All right, you confused me a little bit, so go for it.
Okay. I ran into a guy I went to college with the other day. I haven't seen this guy in 8 years. We were pretty good friends back then. We played on the volleyball team together. You know, I called him Easy E. He called me Dean Machine, you know, all that male camaraderie stuff. But instead of seeing an old friend being an exciting thing, it was actually the worst thing ever. And it's not just him. Running into anyone you haven't seen in a while is always the worst thing ever. It's always so awkward. And it's because of that stupid question. The one that whoever has the best answer for wins the conversation. It's the question with no meaning at all. So, what's new? What's new? Well, that depends how much of a Facebook stalker you are. I haven't seen you in 8 years, so basically everything is new. You don't really want me to answer that question. You just want to see if your life is better than mine. If you really want me to answer that question, this is how the conversation would go. Well, this shirt is new. These pants are new. I don't remember when I got these shoes, but it was probably less than 8 years ago. So I guess those 2. Let's see. My haircut is new. I drove here in a new car. This girl sitting beside me is new. Basically, everything you see is new. You know what's a better question? What's the same? Now that I can actually answer. Hey man, I haven't seen you in years. What's the same? Well, Eazy-E, I still play volleyball. Bam. Done. Now we can have an actual conversation about a shared interest. I feel like I have to give a 30-minute PowerPoint presentation on the background of my life until this very moment I ran into Eazy-E just to answer the question, what's new? You want to be a better person? Start asking questions you actually want to hear the answers to.
What's new?
That's it.
Okay. All right. Now, I hate that. I not your joke.
Oh, okay.
I know.
Okay.
You probably sank there for. Okay. No.
I did a bit.
I hate
like
that question.
Shoulders went down.
What's new?
Yeah.
I hate it. I get like that. That's one of the reasons I don't go to like high school friend get-togethers a lot. Because they ask that question, and it's just one-upsmanship the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
And I especially didn't want to go because I knew I couldn't one-up them. Like, I knew that going into it. I'm like,
yeah,
your life is probably, like, what you're doing in life is going to be better than me. So
on paper.
I'm going to avoid that.
Right.
And yeah, it just, I've left parties before because I got into one of those situations. No one really wants to hear how you're doing. I hate that too when they start asking you questions that they really don't care what the answer is.
They don't.
They're just
want
questions
to know
that are
answer.
expected to be asked.
How about like a specific question?
Right.
How about like, where do you live?
Yeah. Exactly.
That's a question I can answer.
Yeah. I hate those types of questions. People need to avoid them. Ask me something real.
Yeah.
And we'll have a much better time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you love it. You love the bit.
Oh, the bit.
Yeah.
I mean, I understood it. That was the bit, right?
That was the bit.
Okay.
Wait, like what you just said.
I thought that was like preamble to the bit. I thought you were leading us up to the bit.
No, that was it. That was the comedy was supposed to be.
We got there already.
During my talking, yeah.
Okay. See, I thought once you asked what's new, you were going to tell me actually what is new, like real things that are new.
Right.
So I didn't get. Was your shirt really new?
Like I don't remember, but like I haven't seen him in 8 years, so it was new to him.
Right, but is he asking what's new to him or what's new to you?
He's asking what's new.
Okay, but again, you're not being specific enough. We're running into the same thing that we ran into last time.
Yeah, that's kind. Oh, okay, I see.
Right,
like the door thing, right?
Yeah. So what you should have done is said, like, maybe title the joke "What's new with
you?"
With you.
What's new with you?
Right.
And list a couple things that are new with me.
Right.
Like I just got a new house.
Yeah.
So,
do things like that.
But that's like the one-upping thing that I feel like my joke is making fun of.
What one-upping?
Like if I say I got a new house, that's like me trying to brag.
Okay. But what does that have to do with this?
This is a joke about...
See, I guess I'm not understand. Like I understand the story. I just don't know what the joke is.
Yeah, no joke in there.
Yeah, like you told me a nice story. I enjoyed listening to the story. There was just never that time that made me go, like, isn't that what's supposed to happen with a joke?
Yes.
Like there should be at least one moment where I go,
yeah.
And
so,
it's been a little bit now, and so I might have forgotten, but I don't recall doing that.
Okay, so if I had to pick out one...
Last time you didn't have enough details. Like this time, too many details that didn't really apply to the joke. Like I don't know. So if I had to pick out the one punchline in the whole thing, it's when I say a better question is what's the same. What's the same? What do you think about that? Yeah. I just feel like you're redirecting the conversation.
Right. You actually just want to know what's new.
Yeah. The title is what's new, so I'm waiting to hear like actual new things that are going on in your life. And you lead with stuff like my shirt?
Yeah, I think that's where like some of the comedy is supposed to be, but I see what you're getting at.
I guess
it's
I'm missing
like
it because you
audience.
say my shirt, and I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
I don't really see how a shirt is funny. Is there something funny written on the shirt? Is it a funny shirt?
Yeah. But if it's like, what's new? And I'm like, I'm a comedian now. That's funny because like,
clearly it's not.
Yeah. So what's your suggestion then? Because I think I need to take this one to the club.
Okay. So the last time I felt comfortable saying, yeah, take it to the club. This time,
no go on this one.
Oh, I mean, this one would be good at maybe like an open mic night for like storytelling. Or like maybe if you add in some rhymes, you could do like a poetry slam or something.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not finding the funny.
Okay, well, that's fair. I just dropped down a percentage, didn't I?
No, because here's the thing. What I like about you, Dean. Here's what I like about you. The effort that you put into this. This one might not have had as much effort as the last one, just because the last one I saw you were trying to go for a joke.
Right.
Okay. So I'm not going to ding you here. I'm going to leave you at 39.
Okay.
I'm going to let you stay there because I feel like I was a little harsh with some of the things that I said this time, and I feel bad for that. And it would just be salt in the wound to drop you down.
You know what? It's just going to make me stronger. I'm going to come back next week. Better bit.
Fantastic. Well, or just a bit.
Oh, yeah. Right. A bit. Not just, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Right.
I'll come back next week with a joke.
A joke. That's all I ask for. If you're going to be a stand-up comedian, I want a joke. You just told me a story about things that were new, about mundane things that were new in your life.
Yes.
And
I got this book to teach me how to write bits, and I haven't read it yet. I bet you page 1 is write a bit.
Write a bit.
Yeah.
That's
okay.
Yeah.
Not a story, write a bit. Got it.
Right.
Okay, cool.
Fantastic. So work on that. Come back to me next week, and we'll go from there.
Okay, let's talk about TV now.
Let's do that. Tonight was your pick, and I actually got it right this time. It is your pick tonight. For some reason, I kept messing that up last week.
Yeah. It was my pick.
Okay, you mentioned this one. They already know what it is, but I'm still going to play this game. I'm still going to do this. We're 15 episodes in now, and I'm not changing. I don't do that.
Let's play the game where we never say the name of the show.
Where we never say the name. Okay.
We don't say it even once in this whole episode.
Fantastic. We're going to do that starting now. So Quantum Leap.
Okay, no. That was that was the name of the show. That was the name of the show we watched.
I'm sorry. I thought you meant first last. You said don't name the show. So I wasn't going to say first last.
Right. Yeah. Another show. We got another show happening.
I'm sorry. Okay. I guess we weren't there. Show notes would have helped.
You've let the cat out of the bag.
Right.
And it's Quantum Leap is the television series we watched.
Yes.
It was my pick. I've never seen Quantum Leap before.
Yeah, why'd you pick this?
I've heard that it's a great show. I've heard it's a great sci-fi show. I like to, you and me, we like to make lists. And to make lists about things you don't know about, you have to search them. And I've seen this show on lots of top lists of sci-fi shows.
Top lists?
Of just...
Top
lists.
Not
lists. Top list shows.
Okay, that makes more sense. That's like Snoo.
I mean, this show could be on a topless show. Like the main character was topless in the first episode.
Yes, he was. He was. Okay.
Could be.
So he's in both the top list and the top list show.
Yeah. I Googled best topless show.
Yeah.
He was on that list. And then I Googled like best show and he was on the top
right.
of that
and if
list
you're on
well.
2 lists, we're going to put you on the show.
I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're going to put you on the show. If you're topless, we'll put you on the show.
There we go. Okay, so you picked Quantum Leap. You had never seen any of it before.
I didn't even know what it was about.
Okay. I knew what it was about. I actually grew up watching this with my family. And
very cool.
I'm not going to tell you right now whether I liked it or not, because that would be spoilers.
Of course, and we are not about spoilers on this show.
Nope. Not at all.
I will also not tell you whether I liked it or not, but I feel that my feelings are going to come out that I hated it.
Okay.
But I'm not going to tell you.
But you're not going to tell me.
No, I'm not going to tell you.
Okay. So I don't want to know. Yeah.
No. I don't want to spoil it for you.
Right. Okay. So, first episode.
Well, Let's get. Should we go from the start of the first episode, or should we just lay out the premise of what Quantum Leap?
Let's lay out the. No. We're not going to do that. We're going to treat our viewer listeners like Quantum Leap treated their viewers at the start of it.
Oh,
and we're just going to throw them right in
and tell them nothing,
and tell you absolutely nothing.
Okay, I love it.
Okay, so the main character. Well, even before that, we get this random guy driving down the street, and he rolls up on this attractive lady
who has light up heels and light up earrings.
Right. This feels like the future. Maybe
it does. It might not look like the future, but it feels like the future.
Right. And he's trying to pick her up, and then stuff happens. Things happen. Blue light. A body.
Yeah,
in the blue light.
There's they're upset. The guy driving the car is a little bit upset because he receives a phone call and it's like, what? He's already doing it? No, he's not supposed to. And this guy Sam has gotten into
no. We don't know Sam. We have no idea it's Sam.
Oh, okay. Sorry. This guy has gotten into
this thing. We don't know.
Thing that has all this light around him, and he disappears.
Yep. And then he wakes up, and he's in like 1953. Is that what
he wakes up? He's in 1953. He's in a bed with a pregnant woman, and the fantastic inner monologue starts.
Yeah. So okay, again, it's starting to sound a little bit like you might hate it. Like fantastic sounded sarcastic.
Yeah. No. So inner monologue is used a lot in this show.
Yep.
And it's just something about inner monologue feels a little bit cheesy in this show.
If it was a book, okay. Inner monologues work best in books.
Yeah.
Comics.
But
things
it's like,
where you read.
It's like inner monologue, like for exposition purpose, right? Like, I'm in a bed.
Yeah.
What's going on? Who's this woman?
We can see all of that.
She's pregnant. Oh, I don't think that's my baby. Like,
and I think he delivers the lines in that same like tone. That he has no sense of urgency.
No, definitely, yeah. It's exactly no sense of urgency. Just like, oh, what's going on?
Yeah, this is weird. Know.
This is strange.
But I'm gonna go about my day.
Okay, you know what? What's going on? What's going on with this guy? Tell me.
Okay, we don't know yet. We don't know anything at this point.
But, like, you don't know anything till, like, halfway through the episode, so I feel like that's unfair that we keep going.
Okay, fine. His name is Sam Beckett, and he has created this, so it's called, the show's called Quantum Leap, because he's created this machine that allows him to travel in time. He goes in...
Presumably.
Right. He goes into the machine, and it doesn't really work. It works a little bit,
right?
But
it sends him into someone else's body in a different period of time.
Right.
So he's in 1953, but he's in somebody else's body.
So the viewer sees Scott Bakula.
Yeah.
But everyone else in the show sees whoever he is.
Exactly. Yeah. Yes. And so he's in this time, and he kind of finds out that he maybe needs to right a wrong in this time.
Right. Yep. In order to get out, he has to fix something.
In order to get home, he has to fix something bad that happened.
Yep.
And then he fixes... I'm just getting to like kind of the premise of the whole show.
Okay.
If he fixes something bad that's happened, he actually is going to get jumped into someone else's body at some other point in time where he needs to fix another problem. Yep. So that's basically the point of the show.
If he fixes enough, hopefully he'll get back to himself.
Yes. The point of the show is week by week, he's fixing problems in a different time period in someone else's body, and then he's getting thrown into someone else's body and having to fix another problem. And all he wants to do is get home.
Right, which is actually a great like episodic structure for a TV show.
Great. Totally agree. Fantastic structure for a TV show. You can do anything with it. You can be in any time. You can tell any story you want to tell because your main character can be anyone.
Yep.
Perfect. It's actually, that is a great idea for a show. So he's got this buddy, Al. And this was the guy from the car before, who was his science partner. And Al is able to create a hologram of himself and visit Sam in these different places. So he's just a hologram.
No one else can see him.
No one else can see him. Only Sam can see him. He's a hologram. And he talks to Sam for the first time, trying to explain to him what happened. Oh, you created this time travel machine, and you went in it, and something happened. Somebody took control of it and sent you into someone else's body. I don't know. I think it was God. Maybe it was fate. Maybe it was time. Something took control of it and put you into someone else's body, and I think we got it right wrong. So he tells us what's going on in the show.
Yep.
And so we know that he's got it right or wrong. So he's actually in the body of a fighter pilot, and that fighter pilot's going to crash in a day. So he's got to make sure he doesn't crash, because that's the wrong he thinks he needs to right.
Right.
Yeah.
He also needs to break Mach 3.
Yes, I forgot about breaking Mach 3. What I did learn from this episode is if you've reached a Mach 2, don't just hit the air brakes, because your plane's going to explode.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, the plane was going to come apart anyway.
Yeah, well, the guy before him who hit...
Okay, you know what? I feel
like
we're dancing around something here.
Okay, go for it.
First episode, for about the first 20 minutes, is super dull. Is really not interesting because the character isn't doing anything. He's going about it, and you get little things like, oh, this is weird. What am I doing here? But he continues just to go about that life.
Yeah.
You would not do that.
No, he is just like, oh yeah, this is okay, I guess I'm this guy now. Oh, this woman wants to make out with me? Yeah, sure, she's pregnant. I love pregnant women. Let's just make out. Let's do that. I hope he's not married back at home, because if he is, what's going on, buddy?
Well, not like he would remember, though, because clearly he doesn't remember who he is.
No, he knows who he is. He knows he's Sam Beckett.
Not at first.
He just doesn't remember. He knows he's Sam Beckett. He just doesn't remember.
No, he doesn't remember his last name because Al has to tell it to him because he calls his dad.
Oh, okay. Okay, so he just knows he's Sam, and he knows that the face he sees in the mirror is not him.
Right.
Yeah.
This is not a great first episode. There's good moments in it.
Yeah, there are good moments. It is pretty dull.
Yeah.
Like he's in this body, and he knows he's not himself, but he's just kind of going along with life. And
we've already established in our show that there's a lot of potential for this show.
Yeah.
They're just not doing anything with it.
No. And then, you know what? For this one, I think we need the whole picture. So, for me to talk about it.
Okay.
So, let's go to the end. The last episode, he's still jumping.
Yep.
He jumps into a bar. He's in his own body.
Finally.
And he finds out...
After 5 seasons.
After 5 seasons. He's in his own body. He sees himself in the mirror. He finds out that it's the day he was born. And the time he was born is exactly the time that he jumped into this body. And then he figures out that something's going on with this bar. The bartender is actually from the first episode. He's a character from the first episode. Yep. Well, maybe not a character, but he's the same actor as someone in the first episode.
I have a theory about that, though.
Okay. And he recognizes people in the bar, but they have different names. But everyone's name is someone that he knows. It's a name that he connects with, but they're just to different faces.
Right.
And then basically we find out he does something good, and we basically find out that he's been jumping around because I can't even explain it.
He wants to right the wrongs in the world.
Sam Beckett right the wrongs
Sam
of the world.
Beckett built this time machine to make the world a better place.
Right. So it is doing what it's supposed to be doing and just jumping him all over the place so he can right wrongs.
But he can stop it at any time, is what he's told. Is that he controls it. He can stop it at any time.
So he says, I need to do one more jump.
This is like a Dorothy thing. All he had to do was click his heels together 3 times and he'd be back in Kansas. Okay.
So he just has to do one, but he says, I got to do one more jump because there's one thing that's on my mind. I got to go. Al, his wife, Al back in the day went off to war and his wife remarried because she thought he was never coming home. And then Al came back and he was heartbroken. So I got to go and I got to tell his wife that he's coming home.
Right.
And so he goes and does that, and then the show's over.
And Sam Beckett never makes it home.
a title card appears on the screen after everything happens, and it says Sam Beckett never returned home. Okay, so I watched the first, I watched the last. I'm an expert.
Yep.
So watching it doesn't make any sense. None of this makes any sense. I don't even understand what happened in the last episode. I don't.
Okay.
I don't know a single thing. I don't know where they were. I don't know what that bar was. I don't know why people were familiar. I don't know why names were familiar. I don't know anything that was going on in the show.
Okay. I feel like until the last 10 minutes of the finale, that episode was gearing up to be one of my, just an awesome episode. It felt like it was leading to something really big. Like we were going to get this giant revelation. Right.
They were definitely trying to make a gigantic moment. It definitely felt like that. Like it was building like, oh, this is going to be a huge moment.
Yep, everything's going to be explained to us. We're gonna get it. Just a couple more minutes. And I checked the time. I'm like, okay, 10 minutes left. I wonder what's gonna happen here.
Yeah.
5 minutes left. Okay, I gotta hurry. Gotta do something. Not much time left. 3 minutes. And then the show's over. And
it was over in the worst way.
Yeah. Okay, so he goes back. He helps out Al. Now his wife remarried because Al was. I'm pretty sure he was a prisoner of war or something. He's missing in action.
Right, yeah,
and
he was
MIA. She
for
thinks
sure.
that he's never coming back. She remarries. Al comes back, heartbroken because his wife is with someone else.
Yeah.
So he at least, I mean, Sam does a nice thing for Al.
Sure.
And I really like Al in the show.
Yes, Al is actually great. Yeah. Al is the best part of the show.
What's weird is we don't even get to see Al at the end. Like, he's in the episode trying to find Sam.
Yeah.
And he finds him, and he thinks Sam has gone crazy with mentioning the bartender, and thinking that the bartender, whose also name is Al, is behind everything, that he might be God. You don't know. So Al thinks he's nuts. Okay. And then Al says he's going to go back and check with the other guy.
Right,
to see what's going on. And then the bartender Al comes out and Sam says, I got to go fix a thing. And he goes and he fixes, because he had the chance before to fix it for Al, and he didn't.
He had a chance to fix it before, and he says, I don't do that. I play by the rules. There are no rules, by the way. In this time travel show, there are no rules. So I don't know what he was talking about playing by the rules. All he does is go back in time and change things. I feel like that's what everyone avoids doing in time travel.
Okay, but what's nice about this show... Change nothing. No. What's nice about this show is it's different in that he's supposed to change things. That if he changes certain things, the world will be made better, and they know it will be made better.
Yeah, okay, so we're going to get to my number one problem with the show.
Okay.
Here's all the show had to do to be good. So, the first time Al explains to Sam what's going on, and he says, you made a time machine. It's not working properly. You're in someone else's body. It must be God or fate or time. And both scientists are just like, they're scientists. They're just like, yeah, it must be God or fate or time. They're scientists. They would probably not just say that.
What?
They would probably think, oh, maybe it was the machine malfunctioning. Maybe it was this. Maybe it was something else. They would not go to, God took over our science project and has now put me here to right wrongs.
There are a lot of religious mentionings in the show. So, I mean, that comes from the writer.
No. But totally fine. I love Lost.
Right.
Lost is about science and faith and melding the two together. I love it. This was done incorrectly. This was a cool idea. Let's make a cool idea of a guy doing time travel, but let's make it so that he's trying to make the world a better place, so let's make it God. You know what? Take the time travel out of it, because it bogs everything down. It makes someone's mind like me. I know everyone out there who's listening is thinking, hey, you're thinking too hard about it. Just leave it. It's fine. Don't worry about the time travel. This is how my brain works. I'm sorry. I can't help it. Time travel is a big deal. If this show is just about God taking Sam and putting him in other people's bodies to right wrong, good. I'm good with it. It's a great show. The time travel part of it, first of all, they can't explain anything about the time travel. They don't explain anything. This show is like... This show is like to time travel.
Al knows about it. He just can't explain it to him. Sam has to figure it out for himself.
They made a time machine. How can they not understand what's going on?
No, Al
How can they
knows.
not know that when you make a time machine, your number one thing is don't change things in the past?
Well, no, okay, no. I'm going to go back to that. I'm going to defend this, though, because they have, like, run through... It's in the future, and they've run through all possible outcomes, and they know things that will make the world a better place.
Okay, so then... Sam...
Yep. Alex
goes to... Yeah, sorry. Sam goes to Al's wife, tells Al's wife that, you know what? He's alive, and she doesn't get remarried, and they get married, and they have 4 kids, and now doesn't Al have no time for these science projects? Yep. So the time machine was never made. So this never happened.
Well, Sam might have still built it, and he just doesn't have an Al now.
Don't know about that.
Which is probably why he didn't help him in the first place.
Al knew everything. Sam knew nothing.
No, okay. No, you're... I'm defending this here, even though I'm not going to give the show a good rating.
Okay.
But I will defend this. Al knew all of this stuff, yes. Sam knew all of it too before the machine malfunctioned or God took over and scrambled up his brain. He mentions having a Swiss cheese brain. His memories are Swiss cheese.
Okay, I'll accept that. But here's the thing. Okay, so I just don't. There's too much to mess up with the time travel part of it. Like, if you just keep time travel out of it, and you just say God's putting him in different bodies and doing these things, I will accept that.
Yeah, I don't know. I like that it could be that, or it could not be that. We don't know.
Well, they pretty much accept it immediately.
They accept it as a possibility.
Yeah. But, like, there's other sciencey things going on in this show that just don't make any sense, and nobody explains. So... I feel like it's just the science part of it. Calling it a sci-fi show and being the science part of it is really bogging it down. It's holding it down. Like this hologram, this Al hologram. I understand how he could be a hologram and be walking around a room that Sam is sitting in, but how is he in an airplane that Sam is in? How is he traveling at the same speed as Sam as a hologram?
Because he's not traveling. He's just he's connected to Sam. So he's where Sam is. He can move around within that, but it's not like he actually has to, when he's in there, it's not like he's actually walking around.
But he is walking around. You think it's just like his mind's, he's not actually walking in a room. He's just standing in a place. In one place.
That's what I think.
Okay.
Because it showed in the last episode when they're trying to find him, he goes into that room and everything's swirling around him.
Yeah, but we never actually see.
We don't need to see it.
What it's
I have
like
none of this really bothers me here. With all this, I have plenty of things that I don't like about these 2 episodes. This doesn't bother me.
Yeah, it's okay, but this stuff bothered me for sure. And I don't really get bogged down. I don't really get bogged down with how time travel works. It just there has to be rules in place for me that are followed. And if you set those rules out, that's fine. I just can't have it be like, oh, we can do whatever we want.
Okay, we have a couple of rules though. The people in that and the area that he's in have to believe that he's the actual person who's from there. And he has to fix whatever the problem is. If he can't fix it, or people question him too much, he can't leave. Those are the rules.
Okay, but I don't... I guess so. Everyone just believes who he is because he looks like him. If you just saw someone who looked exactly like, you wouldn't just be like, oh, hey, you're not him. You must be a time traveler. What if Sarah wakes up tomorrow morning and the first thing... She looks over at me and the first thing I say is, hey, let's watch a teen drama show. Yeah, that's not Alex. She'd be like, how much have you been talking to Dean?
She would say, lately? Sam, see? So...
Sam Beckett? Is that you? Yeah. Okay. It's
I don't know. Those things don't bother me. But I can see how you could be bothered by those.
The final episode being in this bar with this... I just don't have any idea what's going on in the final episode. There's a guy in that bar who does a time travel thing, who does a quantum leap. He turns blue and he gets out of there. What's going on? I don't understand.
Okay. I think, okay.
Why is there another guy who can do a quantum leap?
One of the problems is they didn't know this was going to be the end of the show. Okay. They were actually going in a different direction with most of this episode. And then they heard it was going to be the end of the series, and the last bits were tacked on at the end to try and resolve everything. It didn't work. No. But they didn't expect it to end where it ended.
Okay.
Like I said, the episode up until the last 10 minutes, I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I thought it was so cool. I understood it enough to follow everything that was happening. I understood it anticipating and expecting there to be some sort of payoff at the end.
Well, that's the thing.
And there isn't.
I understood it enough to know that when one thing was explained to me, I'd get it all. And that one thing was not explained, so I get none of it. Yeah. I felt like at the end of everything, and watching the first and last, and being an expert, after being an expert, I felt like I had watched Inception, and they didn't explain anything.
Right.
Like, they just said they're going in people's dreams, and then you just watched Inception.
Now,
and it's like no explanation of how they're going in people's dreams, no explanation of why they're going in people's dreams, no explanation of whose dreams they're going into, just no explanation of how anything worked.
I do want to...
That's what I felt like.
Now, we've been bashing the show a lot, and rightfully so. These 2 episodes, except for if you take out there being no payoff in the last episode, even with that though, or just focus on the first episode. It was a 2-parter. It felt very long. It felt very long.
It was,
but there were some good moments in the episodes that we watched so Sam can't remember his last name, but he realizes, I'm in 1953. My dad is still alive at this time, and he wants to call him, and he picks it up, and the operator's there, and he remembers where the farm was that he grew up on. He remembers, but he doesn't really remember anything else. I think maybe he remembers his dad's first name, but that's not going to get you anywhere. He can't remember the last name, and you can really he does a really good job of conveying these emotions. I have this chance to talk to my dad, who's been dead, for however, we don't know exactly how long he's been dead for, but he's dead, and he can talk to him again, but he can't because he wants can't to so remember. Badly, yeah. And so at the end, towards the end of the first episode, Al, who so far has been telling him, I can't explain anything to you. You have to remember it for yourself. Al tells him, your last name's Beckett. He tells him. So then Sam can go pick up the phone again, call the operator, and actually talk to his dad. And I thought that was a really, really good moment in the show. That was really nice.
That was great. Yeah, that was a great moment.
Because I'm just thinking of, if I went back in time and thinking of one of my relatives who have passed away, if I could talk to that person again, and two, if I knew I could talk to that person, but I'm missing one little piece of information, just how upsetting that would be. You're so close. You're closer than anyone will ever be ever. But you're just...
Stuff like that, I definitely love. Stuff where go back in time and you have the chance to call that loved one. I did love that.
Yeah.
That was good.
But unfortunately, on the whole, not that... These weren't great episodes. And this hurts me. Yeah. This hurts me because, like I said at the beginning, I grew up watching a lot of these. I love this show. Yeah. I love this show.
Lots of people do. Everybody who I read on the internet, everybody loves this show.
But here we focus on the first and the last episodes. Let's get to Hero and Zero.
Okay.
I'll go first. Okay. My hero... Very, 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 very easy. It's Al. Al is the wisecracker. He's funny. He knows what's going on. He doesn't know everything, of course, otherwise he would actually be able to get him out of there. But he knows more than Sam does. And he can travel anywhere, and he's a fun character. He really livens up the show.
Yeah.
So I just like him. He's always been my favorite character in the show.
Mine's easy. I just copy you. It's definitely Al. Was the most enjoyable thing for the show for me. That actor is just always kind of enjoyable for me.
Unfortunately, I think he passed away not that long ago.
Oh, really? That is unfortunate.
Yeah. Here, you give your 0, and I'll look up when it was he had passed away. I don't think it was that long ago.
Okay, well, my 0 is Sam.
Come on.
I just don't like him. I don't like Sam. I don't like how he deals with being in someone else's body right away in the first episode.
That's the writing.
I get that he doesn't really remember things, but he's just like, oh, we'll wake up next to this pregnant woman. I know she's not my woman, but like, let's just do whatever we need to do. I don't know. I don't like him. The last episode, he figures out that he's quantum leaped into his own body because he quantum leaped into a time, the exact minute he was born. So like, shouldn't he be in a baby's body? I don't know. None of it really worked for me, and it was all centered around Sam. So I feel like maybe that's why I have these bad feelings towards him. It's just like none of the parts where it was like trying to get to what is going on in the show like got me. None of those parts that were trying to get to there, and Sam's always at the heart of all those parts.
Okay.
So I don't know. I didn't dig him.
Okay. Well, before I get to my 0, I can happily say I was wrong. He's still alive. I'm sorry, Dean Stockwell.
Oh, excellent. You tried to kill him.
Did.
You tried to kill Dean Stockwell.
I'm sorry. I apologize for that. I really thought...
Wow.
You know what? This makes me...
Unbelievable,
There
Alex.
were probably a bunch of people... I mean, we have a bunch of people listening to this show, of course. But there were probably a bunch of people when I said that, they're like, no, that's not true.
They were screaming. At you.
And I'm sorry, I take it back. I was wrong. I admit that. I'm wrong sometimes. I'm nearly human.
I've never heard it. I've never heard you say that before.
Quasi-human.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, he's still alive. My 0 in the show. This is hard because there really aren't characters that I dislike in the show. I think more so than any of the other shows that we've done so far. Like, I always have someone that like pops into mind. Even if I don't have someone at when we start recording the show, as we talk about it, I'll be like, oh yeah, that person I don't like.
Right.
But I really don't... I can't think of anyone... Like, I can think of more people who I like. Ziggy from the last episode. Love that guy. But for 0, and I don't know, like, whatever, this is our show. I can make up the rules. I don't have a 0. Like, wow. I can't...
A show without a 0.
Right. So it has few heroes, but it doesn't have a 0 for me. I don't dislike any of these characters.
I can see that. So... We're doing a show that you have been defending. We're doing a show that you don't have a 0 for. We're doing a show that you love. What is your rating?
5.
All right.
It has to be. Like, I love the show as a whole, but these 2 episodes, no. There's enough in there for me to enjoy it, like, partially as I watch it. And like I said, the last episode is wonderful when you don't know the very ending.
Right.
Which you can't say about, like, for me, I can't say that about Lost.
Right, but I can.
Right. Okay, I gave it a 5.
Okay, so you have been corrupted by seeing middle episodes.
Right.
I am pure because I've just seen the first and the last, which is all you need to see. I maybe think that I have extra negative feelings towards the show because I love the idea. So I think it could have been fantastic. I just think it was way too cheesy, and they're trying to make everything super special and heartwarming, but not enough effort into it, except for that one scene where he's trying to call his father. I feel like that was a good one. There was just too much about this that was making me angry.
All right, give it to me, Dean. And, I know you're building this up here, and I know... But, okay, again, here's the thing, people. You may love this show, but go back and just watch the first and the last episodes again.
Yeah, They're not good. It's a 3 out of 10.
3 out of 10.
Yeah.
I wish I could say, no, Dean, don't do that. It's better than that. No.
But you can't.
I can't.
Now, did you come into this podcast knowing you were going to rate it 5?
Yeah.
Or did my negativity and my... You know what? It's raining outside. That's maybe why I got the bad, the bad feelings. Like, it's just... I feel like I've been super hard on the show, but it just really let me down.
No, because Okay, here's... The last thing that we normally say about the show is whether or not we'll watch more. And what I really, Dean, I'm going to skip me because I'm selfless like that. I'm skipping mine, and I'm going to devote all of my time to you or talking to you here, because I encourage you to please watch more, because this show is very, very enjoyable. It's a great time. It's you get really all that stuff if you watch more of the show.
Okay. Noted. I'm not going to do it.
No, you son of a... I don't ask for much in this world, Dean.
It's true.
I don't ask for much. I mean, I ask for a paycheck. I ask for you to be funny.
I try.
And yeah, but it's when it doesn't deliver, I feel like that ask doesn't count.
Yeah, that's true. I'll get them next week.
No, okay, if you don't want to watch it, that's fine. But for anyone else out there who might have listened to this show or podcast, I'm going to make it easier. If you listen to this podcast and you're thinking, I don't want to watch that show, watch more.
Okay.
Just check it out.
And I'll say watch more Puddles Pity Party. That's my...
Oh, man.
That's my watch more.
I would pick Quantum Leap over Puddles.
No way.
Yeah, way. Because I love the show. Watch more. Let's get out of here.
Just don't.
I already ended the show.